What is cracking, you fishing jamokes? Once again, it's your boy Eastern PA Fishing here, and once again we are on another fishing mission. We are fishing a super tiny creek today, as you can see behind me, and we are hopefully gonna catch ourselves some big old trout. Scoping out the creek. A lot of this stuff right here isn't moving too much. We're gonna keep going downstream until we find something a little better. All right, this is the first nice rip. Should be some fish hanging out here. It is actually a weekend, guys, and I never like to fish weekends. It's a Saturday, and I'm sure there are people out fishing all over Pennsylvania right now. It's just a beautiful winter day. Temperatures above 50 degrees, pretty unheard of this time of year. So the fish should be biting and everybody should be out. Anyway, the reason I came to this creek is because no one ever really fishes this creek to my knowledge. I've never seen a soul here when I've come to this creek. So far, I'm actually not even seeing anything. A few years ago, there was some pollution at this creek, and a lot of the trout that were here did die off. Should be something here. So I've fished this creek quite a few times, and these spots here usually have some fish in them. So it's pretty surprising to me that I haven't seen a single one yet. They might not want the natural color bait that I'm using, but I still believe I would have seen a couple. Dude, there's gotta be fish here. That is like the smallest little trout I just saw there. Let's keep exploring. This part of the creek has really changed. I wonder if the fish that I'm seeing are trout or if they're creek chubs. Because I know one of the only other fish that populate this creek real heavily are creek chubs. This part of the creek is looking absolutely beat up. I actually haven't been up to this creek in a few years, so I didn't really know what to expect. I believe the last time I was here it was actually a little blown out. So since this creek is so darn shallow, I am literally fishing everything that is just a few feet deeper than the rest of the creek, which is about less than a foot. So I really have to look around for these spots and fish everything that I think looks good. But there might not be anything here. Real nice little hole. I have to lose the indicator. I definitely saw a couple small ones out there. They're hard to get though, guys. All right, it took a little while, but I think we are getting to the better part of this creek. Should be able to start coming across a few more trout here and there. The next series of holes are just a little bit deeper, and hopefully they're holding some more fish. Oh, something has it. There we go. Finally. First one of the day. He isn't bad either. Down to the water and wet our hands. Man, this guy is flipping out. These fish back here are a little crazy because they never see anything back here. I'm probably one of the few people that fish this creek. He ain't no mondo, but a beautiful trout nonetheless. And he's off. Back to that hole. It's a one and done hole, but I am glad we caught something here today, dude. I was getting a little worried. Well, it is good to know that there's still some decent fish in this creek. That wasn't a giant, but he was all right, man. The majority of the good holes in this creek are less than 10 feet across. We got another decent pool up here. There really isn't much flow to it. Let's see if we can poke in and out of a couple spots, get some casts in there. I forgot how shallow a lot of this creek is, but this hole right here is absolutely deep as heck. There's a couple big ones up in here. Super dicey getting your casts out there though. Oh, there he is. There's the big one. Oh, has he got it? Oh, he had it. Straight noodling these guys. I can't tell if that is a gigantic creek chub or if it's a trout. But I guess we're gonna find out. Oh, I had one again. Are you kidding me, dude? Hold on, let's see what these stupid things are. There we go. Got this one. Yep, just as suspected. They're just absolutely giant freaking creek chub. Kinda didn't want to deal with you, guy. Fish number 2 for the day. Definitely not what we came here for. Those big stinky chubbies. Probably sit here and catch a few more of them. Let's do one more dangle down here. These creek chubs are super aggressive, so we'll probably just keep biting over and over again. Oh, oh yeah, dude, that is a trout. That is a nice trout, dude. Yes. Holy smokes. How am I gonna get this dude out of here? Ah, come on, my guy. I'm so sorry to lift you like that, but holy smokes, look at this trout, guys. That is a freaking giant. That is one of the big ones that we came here for today. Look at that dude. Man, that is a freaking giant. Not the best handling from up here, so we're gonna get him right back. Oh snap, there he goes. He's all right, he's taking off back down there where he came from. But holy smokes, guys, this is definitely one of those awesome deep holes where the bigger trout are gonna be hanging out, but they are just gonna be so freaking hard to catch. The only reason I was able to even get a chance at catching that guy is because I'm right in the middle of all this junk around me. Right underneath me, the creek probably goes under me about 2 or 3 feet, almost to where I'm standing now. And that is probably where a lot of these fish are hanging out, right under that ledge. And there's definitely some bigger fish than that in here. Last cast in this spot though. That is definitely what we came here for. Bigger fish from a smaller creek. And man, they don't get much smaller than this. Another real nice pool right here in front of us. Oh my gosh. I just had a big one. Freaking drag was not set right. That was a decent one. Maybe not as big as the biggest one we've caught so far. Still decent though. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that might be it for this spot. Can't believe I blew this hole. Probably one of the best spots on this creek. And there it is. Small fry. We'll take him though. Dang, look at the size of that freaking crayfish out there. I'm telling you, these little, oh man, this is not even a trout. It's another freaking chub. There's another chub. But there's a crayfish right in front of me that is freaking gigantic, which makes me believe there's probably a giant trout hanging out somewhere in this hole. He honestly might be underneath all this junk right here. See if we can dangle him out. Some of these big trout will hide in the tightest spots. One of the things about trout is they don't get big by being stupid. There we go. What the heck? Oh man, you gotta be kidding me, dude. What are these fish taking over this creek? I mean, I like catching fish in winter, no matter what the heck they are. But these guys should not be populating this creek as heavily as they are. I've never caught so many of these creek chubs back here. There we go, there's another. Get the heck out of here, dude. So I wonder if it's the creek chubs that killed that giant crayfish down there. I feel like it would have to be a trout. Moving on. Should be a couple trout hanging here. Surprising. Nothing here. Nothing biting, at least. So far, quite the adventure for not that many fish. Let's keep moving. If I can remember correctly, there still are some pretty good spots coming up. We just have to walk a little ways to get to them. It looks like the creek is cut off up here, so you might have to find an alternative route through the woods to get to where I'm thinking of. We are definitely at the portion of creek where there's not much going on at all. Super shallow. I am talking about 2-3 inches max, and there is not a minnow in sight. We probably have about a quarter-mile stretch of creek left that is like this, just super flat, not really any ledges or anything where a fish can hide. There just won't be anything here, guys. All right, a nice hole in front of us. This is the best one I've seen in a little bit, so we want to stop here and give it a couple casts. That was actually a little nibble. So there still are little trout, even up in stuff like this. They are small, but they are there. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy smokes, that was a big one. It was so fast, dude. I had no time to react. Wow. Nice hole in front of us. Hopefully we don't screw this up. Oh my God, terrible cast, dude. So much for not screwing it up. Blew this hole completely. Oh my. Well, everyone, I think we are coming up to the end of the line on this creek. Had a good time fishing this little area, but there just weren't too many fish here. There was some pollution in the area a couple years ago, and I believe that this was one of the creeks that was affected. So I haven't been to this creek in about 2 years, and the last time was right after the big pollution in the area, and I saw big fish dead everywhere. So we haven't really been able to come across much today, but I think since we are in the area of great wild brown trout fishing, we might call this one a wrap and head to a different creek and hopefully catch ourselves some more fish.